Hello, is this Sinister Gambino here with a new stream? And this stream I'm going to be going over the event week for this week, which started on Thursday in Grand Theft Online, but there's still obviously a couple more days left. But yeah, for title, there's 2 times money RP on biker sales. Biker sales is the way I worded it, to be exact. So yeah, all the biker businesses, 2 times money RP, very nice. Also, there's 3 times money RP on Drop Zone, which is an adversary mode. 3 times, if for some reason I said 2 times, but I don't think I did. Also, 2 times money RP parachuting, and then biker work is being continued for 2 times money RP, which is from the last week, but extended for the last couple days while I'm making the stream, since it is pretty late into the event week now. But obviously it's still current. And there's also an interesting $500,000 5 stunt jump bonus. And I typically don't put the money bonuses for things you can do to get a set amount of money. Because I tend to just explain those. I tend to prefer that the money opportunity is on the spectator. Because usually it's only 400,000 stuff usually, but 500,000 for 5 stunt jumps, that's one of the bigger money. That's one of the bigger free money kind of things in a sense that they've done. So I figured I might as well put on a spectator instead of putting every single money opportunity. And yeah, that's not all the money opportunities as well. There is another one extended from last week as well. And yeah, podium vehicle for the week I believe is the Itali RSX while I'm going to the casino. Also, I need to change all of this outfit actually, because that was during my reviewing guide when I was doing footage for that and stuff. And that's way more fitting. And yeah, by the way, the review and guide is out as it lasts 24 hours. I noticed nobody's seen it yet, but whatever. I don't really care. I'm just saying it's out there. I don't really care to promote it or anything. Even though I kinda did, but that wasn't really the point. I'm just saying it's out, I'm not really telling people to watch it or anything. But yeah, for next video content idea, I might go back to my contact mission content series, so don't expect a review for maybe another couple weeks or something, knowing me. Yeah, next episode of contact mission content should be really easy to do, because I'm not going to be doing any audio for that one, just text and stuff, so yeah, I'll probably do my contact mission content in the next episode for it next. I've done another reviewing guide, especially one new one I just released yesterday. It was on 2 vehicles. So I do my one wheel spin for the week. I know obviously it's a pretty new vehicle, so I would be more hyped for it, but I don't really spin on the vehicles unless it's something I really want. And by something I really want, it has to have actual good player versus enemy purpose and stuff. And this vehicle obviously doesn't have weapons, so it's not a player versus enemy kind of vehicle. But still, it's from the latest update, so it is a pretty new vehicle, and it is a pretty annoying trade price vehicle. So yeah, very early, in fact it's actually the newest vehicle on this website, it's the Itali RSX. And yeah, I know it kinda looks like a supercar in my opinion, but apparently it is a sports car. And going back, the price is anywhere between $2,598,750 and $3,465,000. And yes, that's actually a sports car apparently. So yeah, believe it or not, that's actually the price of a like typical sports car, not an actual like supercar. And I don't mean typical, I just mean that's like a sports car, not a supercar. But yeah, Italia RSX for a lap time, it's actually third place for a lap time. So yeah, for a lap time, I probably honestly wouldn't recommend getting it, even though it is in the top 3. Reason being is the Pariah is second place, and then the Italia GTO is first place for a lap time for the supercar class. Not super, but sports car class. So for example, the Pariah is 1,420,000, which is significantly cheaper than that. Obviously I know Cayo Perico Heist is a thing now, but still. And an Italia GTO is almost 2 million. So I suppose if you get the trade price, it's not that much worse than the Italia GTO, but still it is cheaper and it's number 1. But seriously, almost $3.5 million for a sports car, that's pretty ridiculous. That's probably one of the most ridiculous prices they've ever done for any vehicle in this game, period. At least for the buy it now price. And even a trade price being like 2.6 for a sports car, I don't really know about that one. And it's not even a top performing vehicle for a lap time. And then going to top speed, actually it's second place top speed, being behind the Pariah for first place for the top speed for the sports class, which again is like 1.4. I think Pariah performs better for both lap time and top speed compared to this. Right, yeah, Pariah's second place for lap time, so Pariah's a single placement better than the Italia RSX for lap time and top speed. That's only like 1.5 compared to like 2.6 at minimum. Like obviously getting as a podium vehicle, that's very great because you're not paying for the stock vehicle and getting as the podium vehicle. But yeah, it's not as good as it probably should be for a podium vehicle, but yeah. Actually, let me do this. You have to help return Moody Man to the music locker for via PCO or MC present to get the trade price for the vehicle. And yeah, problem is if you want to return Moody Man to the music locker, it requires doing like free mode like DJ missions in the game. And those free mode DJ missions, you might not think they're that bad, but you can't choose when you like get the DJ missions. You don't know like which one you're gonna get. Like I know Tom Connors has like a text message one. I don't know which one that is. That might be the Moody Man one. However, English Dave has some as well, so there's quite a bit as to choose from like the free mode DJ missions. So you have to deal with really annoying RNG with the game, which is really annoying for sure. That you can't just like automatically choose when you want to do like certain DJ missions and stuff. Like there's practically no reason to go to the music locker anyways. I don't know why they can't just let you start up the free mode DJ missions on like the music locker or something. Like I really don't understand that whatsoever. You have to like purely rely on like a text from Tom Connors or like a call from like English Dave or something. So if you really don't want to go for that pain in the ass trade price, then yeah, I suppose it's a very good one to get then in that case. If you don't want to spend like 3.5 mil on not even the best sports car in the game, but still. Top 3 for lifetime top speed, no, nothing all that bad though either. It's just disappointing for like 2 to 3 million for a sports car. Might be like the only one that's even in that price range for trade price and regular price even. for sure with trade price. For sure with buy it now price, that's like very unique for like a $3 million sports car. $2 million, I don't even really think any other sports car gets into $2 million either. Say really just to not have to like spend all that outrageous value is really the best reason for getting that vehicle, to be completely honest, if you do get it in the podium. And also it's a pretty recent vehicle, so that's pretty cool as well. But not as cool as the tour door, which I did during a certain event week. But yeah, premium race for the week is the North Freeway for the supercar class. But yeah, so North Freeway, obviously on a freeway, you'll want to prioritize on top speed. So I think it's very obvious it's going to be mainly a top speed one, so I'm not going to go over a lap time for the supercar class, just top speed. I pretty much always go over the supercar class anyway, so if for some reason anyone's curious about lap time, just go to like a previous event week stream or something. But yeah, top speed for supercar class. First place is P-Fister 811 for top speed for supercar class, 1,135 or 1,145,000 for stock vehicle. And that's a supercar from like mid-2016, so you have to go quite a ways down on the website. Number 2 for top speed for supercar class is the Principe Devastator 8, which is 1.7, 1.8 million from like the Doomsday Heist update. For the stock vehicle. So yeah, it's like late 2017, so I'm not as far down the Legendary Motorsport website. And then finally, third place for top speed for supercar class is the Banshee 900R. Banshee 900R, you don't get that on the website, you get the regular Banshee for like 130,000 from like day one of the game, so quite a ways down on the Legendary Motorsport website. Or of course you can find it more conveniently on Benny's without having to scroll as much. And then I believe cheaper vehicles tend to have the more expensive upgrade prices. So it could be slightly cheaper than the P-Fister 811, but probably not by much. So I'd probably just go with P-Fister 811 for the supercar class. For top speed. But yeah, that one should very clearly be for top speed, so I'm not even going to go over lap time. Time trial. Time trial for the week is Grove Street. And sadly, the description's not really that good, so I wouldn't really know where you have to go on this one. So, for some simplicity's sake, I'll go over lap time and top speed for motorcycle class and supercar class. So actually, I will be going over lap time for supercar class. But yeah. First place for lap time for supercar class is the Proton Emirates, which is like 2.7, 2,750,000, I think. So yeah. Proton Emirates is number 1 for lap time for supercar class. Number 2 for lap time for supercar class is the Benefactor Krieger. That one's like 2,300,000. No, that one's like 2,500,050. Basically like 200,000 cheaper, I believe, for the stock vehicle than the Proton Emirates. So still a pretty good option for the Benefactor Krieger. But yeah, you might as well just... You could probably do just as much Cayo Perico Heist for stock vehicle anyways, so yeah. And then third place for a lap time for Supercar class is actually a pretty recent change. It used to be the NS S80RR, which was the Damasceno Resort DLC, just like the Trojan Emirates and then Benefactor Krieger. Those are also Damasceno Resort DLCs, so like mid-2019, pretty easy to find on Luxury Motorsport website. But for some reason, apparently the like Wagner is now again like third place for lap time for the Supercar class. So I guess apparently they nerfed the S80RR within the last like week or two for some reason. So I guess now the Wagner is apparently number 3 for lap time. According to the Bruffy 1322 spreadsheet, that apparently seems to be the case now. So that one's like 1.5, some like 1 mil, 1 point something mil price range on the Wagner for the stock vehicle. So if you want like much cheaper option for lap time for Supercar class, the Wagner is actually top 3 again instead of like top 5. But yeah, that's third place. Third place lap time for Supercar class. And for top speed, for not top speed, but for the motorcycle class for lap time. For motorcycle class for lap time, first place is the Nagasaki Shotaro, which is like $2.3 million from like the Bikers update. So quite the ways down on the Luxury Motorsport website, probably like late 2016, I believe that was released around. And to get the Nagasaki Shotaro, I believe you have to play a match at deadline. So if you haven't played a match at deadline before, then yeah, that's the thing you have to do, I believe, to unlock the vehicle for purchase. And I believe it was like double money RP last week, but it is not this week. So it was a good opportunity, like a couple weeks or like last week or something. And yeah, with Nagasaki Shotaro, I believe you can only forward or backwards with the stick for the best possible speed. I believe it's the only vehicle you can only forward or backwards with the stick for best possible speed for, you know, like left stick, whatever. But yeah. Number 2 for lap time for the motorcycle class is the Shitsuya Hakucho Drag. That one's like 800, 900,000 for stock vehicle. But yeah, it's number 2 lap time. And for that one, I believe you have to actually go in forward with the stick, as if you're doing a stoppie for best possible speed. So it's very similar in regards to the ATVs in the game, that you have to lean forward with the stick for best possible speed. There's only one of 2 motorcycles that work that way in addition to the Nightblade, but that one's not really a competitive option for time trials. And then finally, third place for lap time. And also, third place for top speed is the Body 801, which is 10,000 or even a tiny bit under 10,000 for the stock vehicle. So yeah, Body 801 is like the most affordable option I'll be going over, and it's also the only one that's top 3 lap time and top 3 top speed as well. And yeah, there might be some good lap time and top speed moments on Grove Street for sure. So I'd say for that reason, Body 801 will probably be the best bet for really any time trial. Unless if for some reason it very clearly has a lot of top speed, but I don't feel this one would have a lot of top speed. And yeah, Body 801, same with the rest of the vehicles that we going over, you have to lean backwards with the stick as if you're doing a wheelie for best possible speed. And then first place for top speed for the motorcycle class is the Maibatsu Manja Scout, which is obviously from the latest update, Cayo Perico Heist, which is like 100 something to 200 something thousand for stock vehicle. And in fact, it's also a 40% off discount right now for Prime Gaming, I think. It was also 40% off for everyone last week, but I believe they extended it for 2 weeks for one of the free Prime gaming discounts going on right now. Which will go on until the end of the next event week, April 14th. Maybe even a tiny bit on the 15th for like the first hour or two. But yeah. Next vehicle for top speed. Second place for top speed for motorcycle class is the BF400. That one again is another couple $100,000 for stock vehicles similar to the Manchester Scout, so very similar in price range to that. But yeah, as of the latest update, it's no longer the #1 top speed option for motorcycle class. But the BF400 is actually able to be used in off-road races, which I don't think the Manchester Scout can be. So if you want a good off-road racing vehicle in addition to a good time trial vehicle, BF400 is very good for that. Now wait on for like coming stunts update, so like mid-2016 maybe again. Similar to other vehicles mentioned earlier. And again, have to lean backwards a stick as if you're doing a wheelie for best possible speed. And again, reminder, last place for the top 3, third place for top speed for motorcycle class again is the Body 801, just cycle 5 time also top 3, third place for top speed as well. And finally, RCB and Dito time trial for the week is La Fuente Blanca. And La Fuente Blanca, I do have an RCB and Dito time trial guide on the La Fuente Blanca time trial for RCB and Dito time trials. But yeah, I haven't done an RCB and Dito time trial guide in like over a year, so I'm probably not going to be really doing the other time trials. I just don't think it's a series I'm very interested in doing anymore. But yeah, if you want good RCB and Dito time trial guides, I'd probably recommend GTA Manning as a video on the time trials, the regular ones as well. He basically does a video every single time going over the time trials whenever they're like currently the time trials, so basically every time it's a time trial. So he doesn't wait like a year or whatever between like the previous like time he does like a guide on this particular one. But yeah, GTA Man is a really good guides where GTA series videos has like videos, but they don't commentate or anything, but if you watch closely enough, should be good enough. But it is one of 4 that I do have our Speed Data time trial guide on. But yeah, after this one, I just wasn't really interested in doing that series anymore. I'd rather do like bigger projects, honestly. Plus, I typically do like projects on older content from like day 1 of the game currently. Like contact mission content, contact missions or things inside day 1, for example. So yeah, currently I'm not really too interested in doing that series. So that might be the last one I've had a guide for the longest time, even though it's been over a year still, but yeah. And yeah, not really much of any vehicle advice I could give. I believe there is like a limo spawn or something you might want to watch out for as well. Sometimes there's a limo spawn, sometimes there's not. But definitely watch out for that, I believe. But yeah. I suppose I would start doing the like 500,005 stunt jump bonus. I suppose I'll do that right now. Just in case anyone wants to know any kind of good stunt jumps for it for the last couple of days if you have not done it already. So I'll be using my Torador, but there's obviously a lot of different vehicles you can use in the game. As long as you can obviously, as long as it has like wheels, you can basically use it, obviously. So obviously the oppressor is a fine bike. You can use the you could probably use like an oppressor Mark 1 for example, probably not the Mark 2 obviously. You know, have a bike and all. Personally, I'd probably recommend a rocket boost vehicle. Personally, me personally, I'll use the Torador. I don't know if you can use rocket boosts though or not. Alright, I gotta do that again, damn it. But yeah, I'm not sure if you can actually use rocket boost for the like stunt jumps, but yeah. I'm not gonna show all 50 stunt jumps. If you want all 50 stunt jumps, I'd look somewhere else for sure. Alright, yeah, you can't do rocket boost, unfortunately. And I do believe it has to be 5 unique stunt jumps as well. It can't just be 5 of the same one. So you do have to make sure you have 5 different jumps, not just the same one like 5 times or anything. If you could probably do it really fast, honestly, but yeah. Even though you can't use the rocket boost, I would recommend a rocket boost vehicle anyways. It's simply to get to point A to point B faster. Alright, there, I got it now. So that's one. So yeah, just a little like shopping mall here with like a clothing store here for the Ponds and Bees. That has a stunt jump over on this path. It's a very good shortcut here, so you might do it quite often. So you might just unironically end up doing it. Okay, next I'll go to like Martin Madrazo's like icon over here. This is one of the 5 I'll personally be doing as well. Even if you can't use the rocket boost, you can obviously get some momentum going before the jump, I would imagine, as well, as long as the rocket boost isn't during this jump, I would imagine. Oh god, come on. Okay, good. Accidentally take it to another property. Yeah, there's one close to Martin Madrazo's house. It's not necessarily the easiest stunt jump, but still. I'm not gonna go over every stunt jump, obviously. Just 5 is needed. But yeah. Somewhere around Martin Madrazo's like mansion here is a stunt jump that goes onto like a dirt road or something. In fact, I think it's like right after the safe house here. Alright, yes it is. So look for this all over here. But this is another stunt jump. It's one I personally like doing. It's a pretty huge time save, especially for some of the like contact machines by Martin Madrazo. How was that a fail? Whatever. I don't need to do it, honestly. It's money, so I'm gonna be doing it again anyways. Hopefully this goes better. I think I might hit like some street pole or like a sign or something. Maybe that's why. I don't know, certain ones are definitely harder than others. Because you might have to do some very particular landing. I don't think it's like other games where you can kind of like be anywhere past the landing zone. There might be like some sort of a landing zone you have to land in. That's obviously not shown in the game or anything. Hopefully this one will do. Oh gee. Okay, ended up in this area. I don't know. I ended up in like the Playboy mansion area or whatever. I think there's able to be like nude NPCs in this area too, so I really hope to get out of here too. So yeah, I think there can be like new NPCs in the game, in this area particularly. Like, how the actual hell do I get out of here? I don't want to be here any longer, please. In case I'm right. Oh! No, no. Don't tell me I'm stuck, come on. I might be able to angle this in some way to get out of here, hopefully. Thankfully it's a vehicle that can actually go in water. Oh, come on, I might actually be stuck in here. Dang it, come on. This is actual utter bullshit. Alright, I might actually be able to use a rocket, actually. Oh yes, that worked, somehow. I'll take it. But yeah, I overshot that one. Apparently. I don't know, maybe if I overshot I would have been able to do it. It was the long one that I really did it on 4 wheels. Man, I'm really struggling on this one though for some reason. I think I want to do with like the Vigilante before, for example. The Vigilante is, I believe Vigilante is better than this because it is a supercar with rocket boost. And it's a sport classic, obviously. Alright, that worked. So that's the second one I'll be doing at least. I believe there's one by like Maze Bank or something that I like to do. I think it's probably my most popular like stunt jump that I've done. Probably one I've done the most, quite honestly. I'll be honest, I'm taking some of these from GTA Man because I did watch the video like right before this stream. Though I did do all 50 stunt jumps as part of my like single player walkthrough, I think. Even though I think I only needed 25 stunt jumps, I believe I did do all 50 stunt jumps, just in case people didn't want to do the certain 25 I did or whatever. I think back in my walkthrough for Grand Theft Auto 5, I did do all those stunt jumps, all 50 of them. In case, yeah, again, people didn't want to do the 25 I did. So yeah, I do have a video of all 50 stunt jumps technically with the like walkthrough part. Might be within a couple parts even that I did all 50 stunt jumps for the story mode. It's basically all the same ones from story mode. What? I literally landed on 4 wheels. Okay. So yeah, if you overshoot the like stunt jump, then you might not be able to get it as well. So you need to go far enough, but not too far, perhaps. Let me try again, make sure I did get a good one. I think I did do a good jump there, that one. So yeah. Basically there's like probably an invisible trigger or something that determines whether you make the jump or not. As well as if you're on like all of your wheels, for example. And yes, you can do this with motorcycles as well. Clear enough. Wait, what? Okay. I could swear I'm doing this one, but whatever. Maybe it was too fast at the boost. Maybe by the time I start going after I should have boosted them. Alright, hopefully not boosting and let me do it. Yeah, it's probably because I'm overshooting the trigger or whatever. Invisible trigger, I don't know. Yeah, that one worked, and it was kind of rocky like the other one. Where it, like, wasn't exactly like straight with the vehicle, but still got it. Because of course, still landed off. So yeah, there's that. So yeah, that's my third one, definitely. Another really easy one is kind of at the airport. So yeah, the airport has a really easy one, kind of. I believe it's one of the more traditional ways of getting inside the airport in the game. Though obviously there's now the Los Santos International Airport hangars in the game. Obviously you should probably have obviously you have a Fort Vancouver hangar in my opinion, but surely the Los Santos ones have some advantages over Fort Vancouver as well. In terms of spawns and stuff. So yeah, some people might have an LSIA hangar. So you might be able to get into the airport easier anyways. And you can also spawn vehicles in the airport if you have that location for hangar. I believe for example I can't spawn vehicles on the runways, but I think if you have hangars you can spawn vehicles on the runways. So yeah, there are different advantages to the different hangars. If for some reason anyone's curious. But speaking of that, I think the hangars are discounted things, not just mentioning it because of the stunt jump being in the area, but yeah. Alright, got it. First try. But yeah, going on that dumpster, that's a really easy jump as well. That's as long as you don't hit the side building. Hitting the side of the building is probably the most annoying thing there. Actually, I believe the airport has 3 stunt jumps actually, because there's just 2 ramps over here as well. Or at least one of those ramps I believe is a stunt jump. I think the one on the right for sure. I'm not sure about that one. But I think for sure this one over here is. Actually, I think Long Hero this will do that as well. And yeah, obviously on some parking garages there's some stunt jumps too. Actually, I think you do have to land on the parking garage for that one. I don't think you're really supposed to land in the parking lot. You're really intended to land on the parking garage. Yeah, this parking garage might have stunt jumps too, so the airport's definitely one of the better areas, let's say. As long as you are good at hitting those particular jumps, I suppose. Yeah. That was interesting. Okay, so I might want some momentum. Jump boost. With the rocket boost. Alright, that worked. Sweet. I might show off a couple extra ones in case people don't like a couple of the ones I did and stuff. I know it's already getting long for the stream now, so yeah. I'd obviously just look up a map of the 50 stunt jumps, sort of look into them and choose the ones you want, obviously. If for some reason you haven't done the 5 stunt jumps for the last couple days of the event week. Yeah, hopefully it proves to be some sort of help for someone if they want this particular portion. See, can I go into info sections and see how much I did?
It's been way too long. Definitely.
Alright. Sadly, there's no way of checking it for the info section. So we just have to count 5. Okay, first I did the one at the... I want to make sure first. First I did this one. Then I'm pretty sure I obviously did this one here after that. So that's 2. I believe this one it was over here, I'm pretty sure. That was 3. that one was 4, and then this one was 5. So yeah, I definitely did my 5 unique stump jumps for the 500,000. And no, I don't think there's any partial completion. I believe you have to do all of it, or of course you don't get any like money. And you don't get the money right away. You get it on like the 14th. So you do have to wait like 2 event weeks for the money, I believe. So not next event week, but the event week after this. Not the event week after this event week, but the next event week after the event week after this event week will be provide the money. So hopefully that is clear enough. But now I want to make sure to see if there's any like a login reward kind of things or anything. Alright. There is a clothing unlock in the game right now. And that's the Bigness Jackal sweater. I'm guessing the Bigness Jackal sweater is definitely a brand new clothing thing. I don't think it was a previous one or anything. But yeah. I believe you have to play a parachuting job in order to get the Bigness Jackal sweater. So yeah. Play a parachuting job, which is very simple to do. You can even do it solo, and you can get a Bigness Jackal sweater. And yeah, that's the only clothing thing going on, is the like parachuting thing you can unlock. Come on. Right, it actually happens like right after I do that. But yeah. I'll go over the ones in the pause menu first, and then I'll go over the ones that aren't in the pause menu. But yeah. Starting off, drop zone. Drop zone has only 5 maps actually, which is kind of pretty low actually, believe it or not, for an adversary mode. Most adversary modes have 7 maps, but this one has 5. But yeah. You apparently parachute from aircraft, and then you have to control different like areas in the game. But yeah. Sadly, it's not really too easy to go over the like money on these, but yeah. Triple money RP if you want 3 times or 2 times, obviously it's gonna be one of the better money opportunities in that case. Though generally, I feel adversary modes are some of the worst stuff they could do for money opportunities, so I'd still stay away from it even on 3 times money RP. Especially when there's a 500,000 stunt jump thing. But obviously that's only one time, you can't like repeat it like you can for this. But there's also biker sales as well. I guess if you're more of a solo player like me, drop zone could be one of the nicer opportunities. But yeah. It's probably one of the worst ones. Adversary modes typically aren't all that great. Like maybe if you win in like multiple rounds, you can make like 100-ish thousand or something. But yeah. For all I know, all the different adversary modes could have like completely different payouts and stuff. Like obviously, even if there's like a generic way that adversary modes pay out, there's different adversary modes have like different amounts of like rounds and stuff surely that you can do, and some just simply last longer than others. So yeah. Also, not to mention you need at least 4 players, which I feel is pretty strict compared to like 2 players. So I probably personally wouldn't really bother too much on that one. And then parachuting. Entire catalog of parachuting jobs are 2 times money RP. And all of it seems you can do solo as well. I would imagine I don't think there would be a single one you couldn't do solo. But yeah. Personally, in my opinion, parachuting is some of the funner, like, stuff from day 1 of the game. So for a day 1 game mode, I feel parachuting is a pretty fun mode. Some even let you use, like, reserve parachutes. I think there was some added with, like, the San Andreas Flight School update back from, like, the last generation. And I think those, like, have red coronas that incorporate, like, the reserve parachutes that they added in that update, which is basically a second parachute you can deploy in midair. So yeah, some have that kind of, like, really fun dynamic as well. But yeah, some of the funner things going on, I'd say, for sure. Pretty even week. But yeah. Not used to the pale on parachuting, but I don't really necessarily think it's that good. But parachuting is one of the more, like, rare money opportunities. Obviously, there's all kinds of adversary modes, but parachuting is like a whole entire catalog of money making. And they don't really typically, like, go into, like, doubling RP on parachuting. Probably way more often than they do for, like, death matches, but still not one to do all that often, so I'd probably take advantage of it if you really want to do some parachuting. And there's all kinds of maps, so you could probably do all the maps at a single time, and that could be fun for like a day. And then, yeah, all the last of the money opportunities seem to be in relation to the biker stuff. So that's biker cell missions, and then it's also biker work as become a spectator. And then also biker challenges from last week as well are extended for double money RP. So first of all, I suppose I'll be a motorcycle club. Even though I don't like the 30k business feeds within biker businesses that I never use, aside for my club, which is its one good use, for a solo player at least. But yeah. When you're MC president, of course, you have the options of club work and club challenges. And yeah. As these were money opportunities from last week, they're just continued for this week as well. I'm probably not really going to go into details. Obviously, deathmatch, pretty obvious. Joust. That one I believe you like ride motorcycles, it's like melee weapons or something. But I think you can use like the oppressors and stuff as well from what I remember hearing, so if you want to do Joust pretty easily, there is the oppressors. And even in Death Peak. Stand your ground. Stand your ground is basically like controlling the like area in the map or whatever. And yeah, you're basically just going to put a target on your back if anyone even decides to get involved if you just stand your ground. And yeah, Caged In, I believe it's like dependent like free mode event. But yeah, I believe it sounds like dependent like free mode event, but obviously with just motorcycles and tied to DMC. And club challenges. Search and destroy. Mischief, Wheelie Rider. Wheelie Rider, obviously probably has something to do with wheelies or something. think the Fagio, believe it or not, I believe the Fagio is a pretty good wheelie vehicle in the game for doing wheelies. I'm sure there's all kinds of good wheelie vehicles in the game, so it just takes knowing some motorcycles in this game. Criminal mischief is something involving riding motorcycles, since you are required to ride a motorcycle for that one. Yes, there's a story, and you can't entirely think of what it is, but I'm sure it's kind of obvious just reading the name. If it's not very obvious, I don't really do like club work and club challenges. Because even club work, I don't really feel was all that worth it compared to VIP work and challenges. Obviously, some people make more money over others. So I just don't really feel challenges are really all that worth doing over the work. Because some people won't be getting as much money as other people, which really kind of defeats the purpose of doing them, I feel. Like if it were just like complete like fun challenges and you didn't get like different payouts from other people, perhaps that would be good, but yeah, otherwise they wouldn't really be challenges, right? To be fair, but yeah. For whatever weird reason, those were continued for our last event week, for this event week. But the new thing is the biker sales. I haven't actually talked about biker sales yet, actually. But yeah, basically they got rid of biker contracts and then they did biker sales for the biker stuff. And biker sales, I definitely say, is better than biker contracts, at least if you have friends. And it's one of those things, but it has to do with bonus tracks, so obviously wouldn't get me that like trade price. And I don't even have a plan to do the DJ. I don't even have a plan to do DJ missions, to be completely honest. Or playthrough modes, so yeah. Honestly, I could do like a random money grinding, but obviously when it's completely random, whether I'll get the points or not, why bother streaming those? Or I feel even doing them in the first place, personally, but yeah. But yeah. Biker businesses. Biker businesses are completely passive businesses. So it's not like CEO, the import export, or like Hangar, where it's a completely active business where you have to stop everything you're doing. For biker businesses, you don't even have to stop whatever you're doing. You can basically just buy supplies and then do what you want to do anyways, and that money can be put towards the business, obviously. And you just sell it in like a couple hours, whatever. So yeah, biker businesses are great with the fact that they're passive. But yeah, biker businesses were the very first passive business in the game. And yeah, biker businesses aren't typically known for having very friendly stall missions. Biker businesses are known for having some of the worst unfriendly stall missions in the game, so it's very necessary, unfortunately, to have a friend that's say 90 to 95% of the time. Document forgeries, I'm not sure on that one. Maybe document forgeries could be the most stall friendly, but that's obviously because it's the worst of the biker businesses, and money and stuff. So if anything, that one might be pretty solvable. Or of course, you can get pretty lucky and get like a single stall vehicle. Or obviously, if you don't get a single stall vehicle, you can try again in another lobby or something like that, at another attempt at a solo stall vehicle. But yeah. Generally, biker business is very unfriendly for solo players, so especially if you play with a single friend at least consistently, I'm sure it can be pretty decent, obviously. But solo, not really, unless you get lucky with solo vehicles and stuff. And yeah, as for sourcing, since sourcing is an option that's not purely passive, sourcing is not really worth it, honestly, because obviously you can do other stuff in addition to the selling. Like, if you buy supplies, obviously you can make money in other ways to make up the 75k anyway, so you'll still be making profit. During like a couple hours, you have to wait to sell anyways. So there's really no point in doing sourcing missions, in my opinion, just due to sell stuff. I didn't always think like that, but I watched The Professional a lot of times, of course, and I learned a lot through his money making. So yeah, from what I've learned from Professional, definitely way more worth doing, I mean, way more worth buying supplies than doing sourcing, obviously. So yeah, Master Control Terminal obviously is the best thing to have for that. Having a Master Control Terminal is a very easy way of doing, like, yeah, having a Master Control Terminal is the best way of buying supplies rather than going to the individual businesses. Terabyte only allows you to source, unfortunately, so I wouldn't bother with the Terabyte DMC. Also around here is another stun jump, by the way, while I was rolling around with the Torador. But yeah. That's basically everything that I can think of mentioning with the biker businesses. Obviously, for the sourcing missions, not sourcing, obviously, for selling missions, there's quite the different vehicles. Like I said, I recommend the ones with the one. Those are the ones that are best. So obviously you can chance re-rolling it if you don't mind losing a couple of few $1,000 every time you re-lobby and stuff. Also, you might be able to pull up the phone. You might be able to pull up the phone and delay like the timer and stuff like that. I'm not sure if that's entirely the case. I think I heard at one point that was the case, but yeah, once something becomes popular, they tend to like patch something out and stuff with like hotfixes and stuff. But yeah. Biker businesses, biker sales, if done right, definitely the #1 thing to do for the event week. Also, there might be a stun jump up here as well, for example, while I'm going around a small area. Actually, there's a ramp around like the Morton Mutual. I don't know if that counts as a stun jump. There's not much room like by it though, so it might not. But yeah, over there it might be another one. There might not be one because it has like, no room. But again, if for some reason someone wants to like video or like series of streams on like the stun jumps, I do have a single player like Grand Theft Auto 5 walkthrough part, maybe even a couple different parts where I do the stun jumps and stuff. And yeah, technically that applies for online as well, since all the stun jumps between single player and online are the same. Obviously there's just more to work with in online than single player, with all the additions and stuff. Also, all parachutes, parachute bags, and parachute smoke options are free for the next 7 days, or of course as of Thursday. Right now it's early Tuesday. So yeah, if you want free parachutes, parachute bags, or parachute smokes, you can do that for this entire event week. For the last couple of days, since I'm doing it pretty late and all. Also, again, just a reminder, the parachuting, there is a, like, clothing thing to unlock, since I went over it before and went over the parachuting. But yeah, now there's only discounts left to go over. I'll be doing that right now, starting with property discounts. But yeah, all garages are 40% off. And it shows a picture of the executive garages, so it means basically every single like garage property in the game, not just like the 10-car garages, for example. So it does not include properties, like it does not include like the apartments. So for Dynasty 8, for example, those are on discount, just like 10 car garages, like standalone garages and stuff. So yeah, for the Dynasty 8 website, I'm just getting like standalone garages, not apartments, unfortunately, on 40% off. And basically any sort of but yeah, the example they use on the newswire is the executive garages.
Oh, this move will save you from hours in the back on the freeway. Okay, but don't take too long. This one's gonna move fast.
But yeah, basically any garage property in the game, as long as it's some sort of standalone garage, kind of is 40% off. Kind of weird because, yeah. When you think of garages, you would think just standalone garages, but yeah, like the executive office garages seem to count, but not like the garages with like apartments, so basically no apartment discounts, even though they do have garages attached to them. So it's kind of weird, so I just search around all over the place. I'm not going to go over all the garages and stuff, obviously, but yeah, just a couple examples. But yeah, hangers, add-ons, and modifications as well are 40% off. So yeah, as I was mentioning, I believe that hangers were 40% off. Turns out I did remember right. But yeah, for example, I think the most expensive one is this one, which right now is $1,950,000. Yeah, obviously there's going to be cosmetic hanger style, lighting, graphics, furniture. But yeah, living quarters. Living quarters, I think, is one of two things you'll probably want for the hangar. Living quarters, I imagine, as well as you spawn inside of the hangar. And spawning inside a hangar is very great. It's not like other properties where you barely get any benefit. I say hangars among the top 3 for like some of the spawns that you can choose between like the different spawn locations of the game. So I say it's one of the top 3 spawn locations for properties for sure. If you do get the living quarters, which I highly recommend, if it does unlock that option, which I'm pretty sure it does. In fact, I'd kind of say hangar might actually be the number 1 like spawn location, since you have access to so many aircraft compared to like just a Sparrow or just like your yacht helicopter, for example. So I think it is basically the number 1 spawn location, I'd say, in my opinion. Then obviously for modifying aircraft, you'll want a hangar workshop. So definitely highly worth it for those 2 particularly. So the ideal price you'll probably pay for the most expensive would be $2,781,000. For the 7th week, for the last couple of days of it, obviously, since it's pretty late on it now. But yeah. Now to go over vehicle discounts. Alright, I don't think there's any discounts on Benny's or Arena War as well. I think Or at least not for regular vehicles.
Hey, you my dude, right?
Prime Gaming doesn't seem to have any for the sites either.
Hey, man, what's up?
I think Goliath has the first set of discounts.
Hello, Mrs. Carlson?
But yeah. Starting off with the Howard NX25. But yeah. Howard NX25 is 40% off. But yeah. With a trade price, it's about $600,000, and to get the trade price, I believe you have to, like, do a certain amount of, like, air freight sales for the hangar business, obviously. And yeah. Hangar is mainly good for customizing aircrafts. Hangar business is, like, one of the worst businesses in the game, but still. It can be a decent money-making property anyways. But it is an active business, and it's not a very good business, but kind of one of the worst businesses. So yeah, I mean, get the hangar just for customizing aircraft, obviously. Besides, for convenience, going back to the hangar. But yeah, I'll go over the performance of it, as it does not have weapons. But yeah, Howard NX25 being a smuggler run aircraft can actually be customized. So it's not one of the many aircrafts in the game that cannot be customized whatsoever. You can actually customize it with like handling and like performance upgrades and stuff. And honestly, it's kind of most of the upgrades you can honestly do with the Howard NX25, since it has no weaponized upgrades. It's not a weaponized aircraft even if you upgrade it with modifications. But yeah, Howard NX25 for lap time is second place, so it is in the top 3 for the planes class actually for lap time. And Howard NX25 is actually 5th place for top speed, so it's top 3 for lap time, top 5 for top speed. So you're getting some damn decent performance, what else you better expect when there's no weapon options available for a custom aircraft in the game. Pretty much just about every custom aircraft in the game has some sort of weapons. So yeah, not really that much worth one of your 20 like spots in the hangar, to be honest. Like, considering there's only like 20 or like 21 around there for actual customizable aircrafts that don't just have a simple respray option, I feel it is one of the ones that is more higher value for one of the 20 hangar slots. But yeah, it is one I'd probably skip out on if you're tight on hangar space, or if you want some of the like Pegasus vehicles, for example, in your hangar that only have respray options. Then this is probably one I would skip out on, to be honest, since aircraft storage is very limited, especially with this latest update adding another 2 free aircrafts around there. So they really desperately need to add aircraft space. I believe it already got to like 20, 21 customizable aircrafts in the game now. But yeah, performance is pretty decent, to say the least. So it could be a pretty decent point A to point B vehicle in a sense. Well, top 5. Pyro's still the best for point A to point B for the plane class, obviously. Dodo is actually on discount, by the way, just because it's up at the moment. But there is 2 more discounts here. And that's the Vestra and then also the Maverick. Vestra is from way back during the like business update, but yeah. Vestra, if you put it the Vestra, if you put it into hangar, you cannot customize with engine upgrades or anything like that, just a simple respray option.
Would be too if you trained the likes of Flip Lee and Joe Thornton.
But yeah, The Vestra is actually 12th place for a lap time for planes cost, so just a tiny bit under top 10 for a lap time. And for top speed, Vestra is 16th place for top speed, so 12th place lap time, 16th place top speed. So yeah, Vestra nowhere near as good as Howard MX-25, plus you cannot like customize it with engine upgrades and stuff. So not really worth, definitely not worth one of your 20 spots, I'd say, for sure, in the hangar. And last but not least for this website is the Maverick. Which, yeah, Maverick especially is not worth a like spot in the hangar, because it is like all around the world of the game, because it is a day one vehicle, so it does actually spawn in the map.
I'm sort of in between jobs right now, but there's a check in the mail,
But yeah,
I promise.
Maverick actually does spawn in the map, unlike a lot of the other vehicles, because it is obviously a day one aircraft. But yeah, the Maverick for a lap time is 13th place. And top speed Maverick is 16th place for the helicopters out of like 19 different helicopters. So yeah, obviously not very good either, similar to the Vesra. The Vesra obviously for its class is better than the Maverick. Definitely best performing option is the Howard MX-25, and real performance is really the best you're going to get out of these vehicles, but Howard MX-25 again does have actual proper customizations, not just simple resprays. But yeah, Legendary Motorsport. Next up is the Invetero Cockpit D10, which is 40% off, surely. Instead of a little over 1.5 mil, it's a little over 900,000, so like 600,000 around there in savings. And yeah, pretty sure that's a sports car. And yeah, it's from Los Santos Summer Special, so it's from like the previous update and not the latest one. Wait, Cockpit D10, I don't know, that might actually be a supercar. Okay, no, Cockpit D10 is a sports car, as I initially thought. But yeah, the Cockpit D10 for the lap time is actually 22nd place. So yeah, nowhere near top 10 for the lap time of the Cockpit D10. So it won't be useful for a majority of sport car races. However, though, the Cockpit D10 is actually 3rd place for top speed for the sport class, so it is actually a very decent top speed option. Not number 1, but it is number 3. And for the current event, at least actually better. What's up? So yeah, sport car races with lots of straights. Cockpit D10 isn't a bad option. Bay any car? What do you mean bay? But yeah. Next discount's actually a Prime Gaming one, 80% off actually, pretty significant discount. Honda in a Silvestra, which is 990,000 normally it looks like. Right now is 198,000. Well, I don't know what you mean with bay. Do you mean like buy? Because I do have a vehicle in mind that I'll purchase. But yeah, this Silvestra is actually like a sport car or something like that, and it actually has machine guns on it, so that's pretty unique with it actually. It's one of the few like vehicles on this website that has some sort of weapon option. Okay, I'm gonna check that. Okay, I really don't know what that was about, honestly. Like, I just told them I don't know what they were even saying with bay any car. Like, did they mean buy any car? Cause, like, I'll buy a car right now. I definitely don't mind buying a car right now. Here's the vehicle I plan on buying, actually. Not on discount or anything, I'm just gonna buy it because I'm currently working on my Pegasus vehicle collection. So there, I bought a car. Assuming that's what they meant with bay any car. I know I did it for buy it now, which is pretty dumb, but still. I don't really feel like doing any more Dumb Casino Heist when there's Cayo Perico Heist, so... There, I bought a car person, if that's what you meant. Because I don't know what they would mean by bay. Like, there's like personal vehicle bay, like modification on like the MLC. It's the like only other thing I can think of, but yeah. I don't get it.
It's been way too long.
Like, you only know what you mean, I spell better. But I'm trying to see what like class Sylvester is in. Doesn't actually seem to be a sport. Oh wait, it must be a sport classic vehicle. Yeah, it must be sport classic, I think. Alright, yeah, Sylvester is a sport classic. Alright, so yeah, and this Sylvester is a sports classic vehicle. And for lap time, this lap time Sylvester is 11th place, so right under the top 10 for the sport classic class. And then for top speed, the Sylvester is 14th place. So yeah, performance isn't anywhere near the worst for the sport classic class at all. But it's also not really that great for performance either. Both placements for lap time top speed being like right under top 10. So performance not really good. Really the one unique thing it has is that for like typical customization options is you can actually apply machine guns to it if you have a MLC or Avenger. Or I think even the like weaponized mechanic in like the arena could probably do it as well. So yeah, very particular workshops can actually put machine guns on the Sylvestra, so you can actually get some firepower on it. And for 80% off, I definitely highly recommend it. Definitely wouldn't not recommend it at 80% off. I'm still gonna be honest on how useful it's actually gonna be. Next up is the Vision, or Vizone, whatever pronunciation. Pretty sure that would be a supercar. But yeah, Vision, going off a Bruffy 1322 spreadsheet, the Vision is 15th place for lap time. And for top speed, the Vision is actually 18th place for top speed. But yeah, for like almost 1.4 million for not even top 10 and for a lap time top speed, I just wouldn't really recommend it. So if anything, you really want it for performance for customization purposes. If it has good customizations or obviously any sort of personal preference kind of reason. But yeah, that might be all the discounts on this website. One of them is Prime Gaming, and like other two or however much were for everyone, obviously. Yeah, next up is Warstock. But yeah, this one's a very interesting Prime Gaming discount. But yeah, no, this is not a full-on extension of the discount from last week. There was a Manchester Scout discount at the same 40% off actually for last week, which was for every single player, not Prime Gaming related. But those of Prime Gaming have another little over a week to take advantage of 40% off the Manchester Scout, which I already went over is actually number 1 for top speed for the motorcycle class now, for raceable options at least, so that's pretty good. But I'm not going to go over really anything with it, because I went over it last week, and it's a really weird Prime Gaming discount they decided to do. Like, really what? Like, really, why is this a Prime Gaming discount? A continuation of a discount from the last event week for the next, like, 2 weeks now. So basically, those of Prime Gaming get it for 3 weeks in a row now for the same discount. Weird. Not bad at all, considering it's number 1 top speed, but I'm not even going to go in details on it. It's just pathetic, honestly. They could have done way better with a Prime Gaming discount there. But yeah. Annihilator Stealth, I think, is actually 30% off, if I recall. And yeah, that's the only Prime Gaming one on this particular website. But yeah, Annihilator Stealth is 30% off. And yeah, does have weapons on it. So for a trade price, you'll get it for a little over $2 million instead of a little under $3 million. But yeah, right now it's actually cheaper than the Akula, so it is more worth it than it normally is. But yeah, this vehicle is a big disappointment, because yeah, basically does everything the Akula does, but it does worse at pretty much everything compared to the Akula. So that's for very tiny things. But yeah, one advantage that the Annihilator Stealth has over the Akula is it has 6 seats, so you get to fit a couple more seats in here. Which obviously for a CO, not really that important, because yeah, CO only goes up to like 4, for example. But if you have like a 6 to 8 player MC, this could be some pretty okay transport because it doesn't even have like really any explosive resistance. But yeah, I don't think this really has any sort of like explosive resistance or anything. Maybe it has explosive sniper resistance, but I don't really think it has much of like any RPG, like homing launcher resistance or anything. Another small advantage this thing has is it actually has a misplaced hitbox, I believe. I believe the regular Annihilator 2 has it, but yeah. Has a misplaced hitbox, which means like any missiles that lock on aren't going to have as easy of a time to hit the vehicle. So it can actually dodge missiles somewhat because of its misplaced hitbox. And yeah. Really, the only other advantage I can think of it as over the Yakuza is has the ability to repel out of it actually from the back seats. But yeah, you can repel out of it from the back seats as shown from like the trailer or whatever. But yeah, even then with the ability to repel from the back seats, other helicopters can repel from the back seats as well. I believe certain vehicles from day one of the game can do so. I believe like the backup helicopter from like Merryweather or something, for example, can do the repelling, for example. So it's not like completely unique, but it's still a rare feature nevertheless. But yeah, repelling allows for people to get out of the vehicle easier, but you can just parachute anyways out of other vehicles, so what's really much the point of that? It's probably not as time consuming as using a repel, I feel. But yeah. But yeah, the bad, it has like no explosive resistance. It's way worse than the Akula in like every aspect. Lap time and top speed is nowhere near as good as the Akula. So the Akula gets around. Akula gets around places way better than the Annihilator stealth. So yeah, and then the weapons are basically all the same on this. You just don't have like a, you don't have like a co-pilot weapon for the minigun, I think. Besides for that, it does have driver-controlled guns, and then you can choose between like you choose between homing and barrage missiles. But yeah, it's basically a worse Akula. And yeah, since that's weapons, not going over performance, like actual numbers for it. Certain pickups are not actually on discount, by the way, just got stuff at the moment. Next up is actually the Western Company cargo bomb. But yeah, 40% off on this one, being a little under 1.1 million instead of like a little under 1.8 million. But yeah, cargo bomb doesn't have any weaponry. But yeah, it is useful though, so I won't go over performance. But yeah. The one thing it really does is it has the winch on the bottom of it. Winch allows it to obviously pick up vehicles. And what you know, of course, picking up vehicles is very useful, obviously, for the import-export business. And import-export is actually one of the top couple of solo, like, money opportunities in the game, even with Cayo Perico Heist now. So I say import-export can be somewhat worth doing still if you want to get away from Cayo Perico heists. So yeah, Cargo Bob's pretty good. And yeah. And yeah. Compared to the Cargo Bob Jet Salmon, might have like a smaller winch. The only difference I can really think of with the two variants is that like the regular one might have a smaller winch or something, so might be slightly worse, but still it basically does all the same things for both versions, and for some reason this one's not on discount, unlike the Western Company one. But yeah. Then there's the Valkyrie on 40% off as well. But yeah. Valkyrie doesn't have any driver controlled weapons, but it does have a like explosive cannon on the passenger seat. And then back seats have miniguns actually. But yeah. Explosive cannon's pretty damn good on it. I believe the Hunter has the same cannon, but I believe the Hunter is a faster version of the cannon. So it's basically a slower version of the Hunter's cannon, I believe, for the passenger seat. And yeah, pretty good for destroying vehicles, obviously. And yeah, miniguns obviously aren't gonna like be able to destroy vehicles anywhere near as well, but obviously pretty good for killing like NPCs and stuff, which the explosive cannon might not be as good at. But yeah, I believe the miniguns actually have like red like tracer rounds or something. I believe I heard they added those in like some sort of update after the initial release of the Valkyrie. But yeah. If it had explosive resistance like the FH1 Hunter, then perhaps it would be a very good vehicle. But because it can get blown up with an ease, even with the explosive cannon, not really all that worth it, to be completely honest. But any discount better than no discount, obviously. And yeah, Buzzard's not on discount, just got stuff at the moment. And yeah. Last but not least, seems to be a couple of vehicles for Southern. But yeah. Starting off is actually a Prime Gaming discount, which, I mean a few, not a couple, because I forgot about the Prime Gaming discount. But yeah. There's 35% off the Vapid Slam truck. But yeah. 35% off the Vapid Slam truck. Vapid Slam truck's kind of an interesting vehicle, but kind of not as well. Vapid Slam truck has hydraulics, which allows you to raise the vehicle up and down, of course, similar to like a lowrider in the game. And Slam truck's actually a utility vehicle, which is pretty unique. Not very many DLC vehicles are in the utility class. But yeah. Vapid Slam truck, unfortunately, is not a very good vehicle, I'd say, for like its purpose. The hydraulics on the vehicle are practically useless, to be completely honest. It's only like a very cool like aesthetic thing with the hydraulics, like obviously it is with lowriders as well, but like when this thing has like a ramp kind of on the back, you would expect it to be able to do something more than just have simple hydraulics. But yeah, You would think looking at it, I can put vehicles on the back of it, but no, you can't. You can't, like, use another vehicle. Drive another vehicle on there, like, hold right or something, and, like, have it be attached to it or something. No, that's not the case at all. You can just simply drive vehicles on there, and you can't really attach them. You can drive vehicles on them and, like, slowly drive the slam truck, but if you drive it too fast, it'll just fall off. No way to really mount a vehicle on it. So for the purpose it's technically supposed to have, not really a good vehicle whatsoever. And 35% off of a Prime Gaming discount is very weak. Obviously I get it, it's a recent vehicle edition, it's not going to be an 80% off discount. But 35% off, it's not really worth it. I feel at 35% off, I'd probably hold off on this one. When it comes to, like, the purpose of the vehicle. For those who want to know, though, the Slam Truck is actually second place for lap time for the utility class. And the Slam Truck is actually also second place for top speed for the utility class as well. But yeah. The thing is, obviously, you're not really going to be doing utility vehicle races. Utility vehicle races aren't very common races anyways. I doubt utility vehicle races really are, like, ever that common anyways. So yeah. Even for a race situation, even though it is very good performance for the utility class, are we really going to be finding utility races in the first place? So yeah. Even for a racing situation, it's actually good, but you're probably not going to be able to really do races in that class because they're probably not popular or anything. And plus, there's way better stuff to do in the game anyways. But yeah. And the last 3 vehicles actually all seem to be from the Cayo Heist update. Which means they all have trade prices, I believe, that you unlock by using them as, like, getaway vehicles. But yeah. Starting off with the Dinka Sugoi, since it's listed first, I'm pretty sure that one's actually a sports car. And yes, Sugoi is 40% off. But yeah. Dinka Sugoi for lap time is 64th place out of, like, 77 different sport cars in the game. 64th place is a very terrible lap time for a DLC vehicle. And obviously lap time is the majority of races, basically any one with, like, turns. And then Dinka Sugoi is 37th place, so it's way better top speed than lap time. But 37th place is still 37th place is, like, barely above average, and that's not even put into account, like, non-raceable options, either, like the Deluxo. Well, not Deluxo, that's Sports Classic, but, like, the ZR380 on our Armored and stuff like that. So yeah, performance not really good at all, so really would only get it for customization, personal preference kind of reasons. And then Nagasaki Outlaw. I don't think it performs as good as the Vagrant, so yeah, I don't think this one's gonna be good. And yeah, that's 40% off. But yeah, Nagasaki Outlaw for lap time is 12th place. And for top speed of the Outlaw is 28th place, and that's out of 30. That's out of like 52 different off-road vehicles, and there's like 18 unraceables as well. So yeah, performance for Outlaw is not necessarily that bad. It's okay, I suppose, for a lap time. Top speed though, definitely not a good top speed vehicle. That's also not taking into account like non-raceable vehicles in a sense. But yeah. Oh, I'm not very good at all, I'd say, unless you're getting it for like customization, personal preference kind of reasons. And it's Sultan Classic. Okay, it seems to be one of those classic vehicles that they do as a sports car, not sports classics. That's good. Because not every vehicle of classic in the name should be a sports classic. But yeah. But yeah. Sultan Classic is 11th place for lap time, apparently, for the sports class. So literally right under top 10 when not including non-raceable options for the sports class. And top speed for the Sultan Classic. Sultan Classic's top speed is 48th place, so a significantly worse top speed in a lap time. So again, not very good for performance, unfortunately. So if anything, I'd probably get it for customization purposes. I would imagine it's some very good customizations. And in personal preference kind of reasons, because it is like a retro version of the Sultan from like the 3D universe, I believe, for example, probably like the San Andreas version or something. But yeah, that's finally gonna be it for this video. But yeah, that's finally gonna be it for this stream. Next stream will probably be the Red Dead Online event stream. Since, yeah, I don't have any miscellaneous stream ideas, because I've basically done all the, like, miscellaneous kind of streams I wanted to on this channel. With, like, all the different heists and stuff I wanted to do. So really, aside from event streams, I've done every single live stream I can think of wanting to do anytime recently. Aside from maybe a walkthrough in the future, I might do, like, a walkthrough in the future of, like, Alienware or something. But yeah. And video content, I might work on being a video content for next week or something. Or actually this week, actually, because it's now Tuesday. And that will be like a casino story missions episode of content mission content, most likely. Since I want to kind of alternate between vehicle reviewing guide and like that content mission content series, which is actually mostly done, I think. For that series. But yeah, that is not going to be it for the stream. Hope you enjoyed.